Hey guys, how's it going? Octopus here. Welcome back to Union Cross. We're going to be talking about the JP notice for Black Friday. Global might be getting the same one, and if we don't, I'll make a new video on this. Either way, if you guys are playing JP or this is similar to Global, I kind of want to give my ideas on the banners that are going on right now. Now, I know the first thing everyone's going to say is, this is bait. And obviously, everything's bait in this game. When you have an old reprinted medal that came out a month ago into a Mercy, into a free pull, whatever it is, it's constantly always bait. Gacha games have to increase, have to get better for you to constantly buy packages, for you to constantly be pulling, because you just can't have the same power over and over and over again. You lose interest, you lose money, a lot of things go down. So yes, no matter what, this is probably bait, or this is actually just a Black Friday deal and bait. So what's happening right now in JP, they got a bunch of these little sales going on and more to come on top of that. So right over here, great deals are released at once. So all these banners are happening in JP at the moment. You've got your two foretellers here. You've got Riku, you got Sephiroth, and you've got the new replica of Riku going on. And in the next couple of days, on the 26th, they're going to release Key Art 19 with Maleficent, the banner we just had. They're going to release the other three foretellers. And then on the 29th, we're going to have the stained glass medals. And these are all probably going to be the stained glass medals, 5 Mercy, the foretellers, 5 Mercy, and obviously Key Art 19, probably a falling price deal for Black Friday. So this is their Black Friday deal, and we just had these medals. Like I told you guys, if you can't afford the 30,000, don't do 1 or 2 pulls here. Just skip it out and just continue on the game like it never happened. Just miss a little bit of content, it's fine. You miss 100 jewels here, 200 here, it's not going to hurt you. But when you come to these Mercy pulls, you're like, ooh, did I just spend 30,000 jewels when I could have done half that cost in just a couple of months? So all this is here. When you guys see this on JP, when you guys see this in Global, all these options here, you're probably asking yourself, what do I do? Especially if you're a new player. What do you do? What do you go for? Who do you pick? And everyone should down at this point, unless you're super new, you guys should have Kairi EX or Xion EX Plus. And being Black Friday and being that new players are probably going to start in December, I would say from after this Black Friday deal or during this week or the beginning of December, we should be seeing another Kairi and Xion 5 Mercy pull. They probably do that. But right now, let's pretend that you guys have Kairi and Xion, you have your time 7 buffer. All you need is attack damage or some kind of new PvP setup. Me personally, what I really think is amazing from here, one, you guys shouldn't be chasing these. If anything, pull a couple times to get your cloud. If you get them 7-star in the beginning, boom, you got yourself a great upright power medals, especially if you skip that 2 nominee copy medal. That is your key for a very good upright power medal with good traits, because you get traits every pull. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe these banners come with one of these banners, or some of these banners come with a free pull besides that. So I do really like this cloud. Yuffie I don't like, and the Sephiroth and the Riku replica, they're both non-mercy, so it's basically throwing jewels in the river. You're not going to see them again. They're going to be gone, and it's going to hurt, and you're going to have a lot of trait medals in your inventory. Just do the 5 pulls, get the trait medals, get the 7-star, do whatever you got to do, but don't go anything past that. 15,000 jewels plus is starting to hurt. People end up spending 30,000 jewels for these foretellers, for these stained glass medals, and they did do good, but that's 30,000 jewels. And I was one of those people who got stained glass Terra, sexy leg Terra. But anyways, Cloud yes, Yuffie no, these two no. So 1, 2, 3. If you do get these two, you're laughing. They're very powerful, but the chances of getting these are very, very slim. So I don't count these 3 medals right here. That means this banner completely you guys can ignore, and the Supernova Sephiroth. Unless you're a whale or someone who has a lot of jewels saved with a lot of luck, then yeah, obviously you want to chase the Supernova medals. They're the best thing. They're the most strongest in the game. They have the new ability, Riku being AoE Supernova, and Sephiroth having a single target. Extra damage in PvP. You can't complain. You can't. It's just really good. It's just not possible. So 1 medal for sure. I would say go for it, guys. It's 3,000 jewels. Use your fairy tickets. Boom, you got yourself a 7-star medal that does a lot of damage without traits. Obviously, traits are important, but it's still really good. If you want traits, it's a falling price deal, all the way to 1,900 per pull. So 11,600 for 5 trait rolls on this 7-star medal. So that's one choice. In all honesty, it's not the strongest one. It's just a choice there. It does have higher multiplier than the foretellers, but the foretellers are AoE high multiplier, where that is small AoE and medium single target damage. So when you come down here into the big boy section, this is all 5 Mercy Pulse. So if you only had 15,000 jewels, I'd probably skip out on that and go down here. The Riku over here, he's a 5 Mercy, he's upright speed, sits on the 5th slot of the Fairy Star, which everyone uses Keyblade a lot. If you're not using Fairy Star, you're using Starlight, boom, 2nd slot, 3rd slot. We're forced to use Olympia right now, so 5th slot, 3rd slot. You've got a lot of choices for upright speed. It looks very good for upright speed. So that Riku, having that great AoE multiplier plus single target at 47 is a great choice for 15,000 jewels. Very, very nice. Especially with Sephiroth being the same damage, and you guys know how much damage Sephiroth can do without the Supernova. It's insane. So it's really good to see that there. The foretellers, out of all the foreteller medals, you guys know already from my previous videos, Ava is my favorite. And the reason why, let's go look at Ava real quick. She has the ability to lower the enemy's attack down by 3. Attribute attack down by 3. And no other medal in the game does that for every single attribute. Now, all the other foretellers do their corresponding opposite. So you have this medal doing it for magic, 3 attack magic down. You got over here, you've got him going 3 speed down, so on and so on. But Ava is the only one that is a defense medal that increases or decreases enemies' attribute attack down by 3. And she also has some defense buffs here. All attribute defense up by 7. So I think Ava is like the best choice here. I still think foretellers, she is the strongest one. That 100% is no big deal when you compare it to Ira's 20%. It does make a little bit of a difference, but we're getting more and more medals with 120%, so I wouldn't just focus on that because of that. The thing about Ira is that he does fit on that Fairy Stars right in the beginning, but then you got to work yourself with the Prime medal or another medal and make sure you get the rest of the buff for that Keyblade. You can't just buff power. It's not going to work out. So when it comes to it, I like Ava because Ava could sit on the 3rd slot of the Fairy Stars and you get all that good damage there. You obviously can put Ava in the beginning of this Starlight Keyblade. There is Stroke of Midnight, another very strong, powerful Keyblade. Ira in the beginning there, or Ava right here after a proper buffer. So I really do like Ava when it comes to that. Solid damage in the beginning, buffs for days, and she has that 3 attribute attack down. You mix that with Demix or Friend Demix and you can start passing content like no tomorrow. That makes a difference when you come to content that you actually have to tank and do multiple turns, like the Marluxia event. So that does work out beautifully. So out of all the foretellers, I'd probably go for Ava out of this, or if you guys want really early access on the Fairy Stars, you guys can go for that Ira there. Besides that, foretellers are always been into me, and I still choose to say it that way, and I am going to be skipping on probably all of them, especially with stained glass medals just around the corner, because I think I'm going to get into myself another stained glass medal being this upright speed one, because that's the issue I'm having on my Keyblade setups, and having a medal that carries over 2 turns worth of buffs and is only a little bit weaker than the foretellers when it comes to AoE medals. I prefer the stained glass medals because of their solid output. Stained glass medals, I'll show you right now. Sexy Lake Terra, he's just a little bit below there. This is the one I use, an AoE multiplier of 32.50 compared to the Ava and the Ira, who has 34.15. So it is a little bit of a difference. You'll see the difference, but not enough to go like, I should have got that medal instead. Having that 2-turn ability for all these buffs to carry over, including that guild, is absolutely incredible, and this has been changing my PvP setup game by a long shot. I've been making it a lot more into the top 1000 because of this, and the only reason I don't make it into top 1000 is when I run into the issue of a speed Keyblade setup being the mandatory, or there is no power Keyblade. So I'm probably going to spend 15,000 jewels on the stained glass number 9. This is the one I want, and I'm pretty sure that's what I'm gonna go for. And if I have 30,000 jewels, I'll probably go for all 3 of them for that, 30,000 jewels and have every single setup. In honesty, I might even just go for stained glass number 8 and go for the Riku all the way up here and use him as a defense boost for max medal to have maximum damage and give him that 7 up and that 7 down. So let me explain that a little bit better. I want this 7 up and the 7 down because my stained glass Sexy Lake Terra has every other buff that I need. He's got all the upright defense down and reverse defense down, including upright and reverse attack up, 7 general stack up, and 7 general defense down. So when I put him on the first Keyblade, his buffs will carry over, so I don't have to use any Kairis or Shions, low multipliers. I can use pure attack medals. So if I do that and then run that into the Riku up here, I have everything I need. I have that ×7 general attack, and I can take care of speed plus power for the next Keyblade. So I can go from Fenrir into Olympia without any Kairis or Shions and just do tons of damage since slot 1. So when it comes to like PvP, I think that these foretellers or these Riku with the stained glass metal works out very, very nice. High priority is going to be Riku. He's got the highest multipliers out of all these medals coming out. Everything else is non-mercy that's stronger or just as strong. So when it comes to all this, guys, if you want to focus on PvP and you want to become a lot better at PvP, I would take advantage of this. It is probably not going to be, like I said, it's probably bait for something new coming out, but if something new comes out and we've seen the prices, it's going to be 30,000 or non-mercy, and even if it is 15,000, it's going to have something and not something else. Here you have all of this in one basket at the moment. So if you do go for something like stained glass number 7, 8, or 9, depending on which one you guys get, you go for the Riku over here and you take care of 2 Keyblade setups without an issue. You can do the same thing with the foreteller medals. I just prefer those 2-turn carryovers so I can manage whatever I want in PvP. So that's going to be my strategy. These are going to be defense boost 4 max for me personally. I know I could use this as an attacking medal, and that's why if I do pull for him, I'll probably put an attack boost on him, and I really want that defense boost. So it's actually going to be better for me to probably pull for a stained glass and not be tempted for that, because I really want to work on my PvP setups. But we'll see how that turns out. Either way, like I said, if you guys are new, go for the highest damage. Riku's got the biggest damage. You got some utility down here, but it doesn't really matter. You want damage if you have Kairi and Shion already. And if you don't have Kairi or Shion, you can mix up these stained glass metals with other metals to make sure that you have the right setup. So you guys can go into any stained glass you want. Let's say if you guys are working on the Fairy Stars or the Stroke of Midnight. Most people work on the Fairy Stars. You can go Fairy Stars, put that Sexy Lake Terror there, that stained glass metal, into a metal that does like a prime magic reverse. If you guys have that Roxas, you guys can do that. And then you can copy forward into a very powerful reverse power metal. And then again, copy forward with an anti-form Sora into another power metal. That way you can take care of yourself if you want to. You just got to make sure whatever Keyblade you're using, make sure you're covering both of those attributes, because none of these metals take care of any other color except for themselves. You need a Kairi and Shion. So if you are new and you need a ×7 buffer, I'd probably hold out for that Kairi or Shion just a little bit. Make sure you have 15,000 in the pocket, and then grab one of these strong hitting metals. Strongest metal, the rest of them are utility for PvP and utility for PvE content. So it's all up to you in the end there. But for everyone else that probably has all these medals and have your setup all done already, you're probably gonna be chasing supernova medals and then talk about it on on social media in any aspect, Twitter, Discord, wherever you guys want, and say how you didn't get it. Be careful with these, please. I know chasing them, having fun, it's priority, guys. Have fun with your game. Go for what makes you happy. It's a game in the end, and if you're not doing what you want to do with the game, you're going to get bored of it, you're going to get frustrated with it. But there's also the other aspect. If you go broke for a medal and you don't get it, it's a terrible feeling inside. It really is. So that's pretty much the banner right now going on for Black Friday. I don't know if Global's going to get it, but JP has it. We might get something similar. Hopefully you do. I'm super excited for all of this. This is kind of cool. It's a really good opportunity to get very powerful medals for very cheap. Or you guys close your eyes and hope that nothing worse comes out after this, and you have all these jewels to spend on the next best thing that's also going to be a 5 mercy. The thing is, this is all 5 mercies except for the supernova medals, which is pretty incredible, and I can fix my PvP setup. So me personally, I'll be working on PvP setups. Free-to-play account doesn't really focus on PvP, so I'll probably go for that Avila there, and maybe even that Riku just for that heavy damage for multiple AoE setups and stuff like that. But in all honesty, if you didn't have this whole time and you've been passing content, you could also just skip all of it and just keep saving those precious jewels, because the game always gets better and better and better, and the game's main target is to make you pull. So everything gets replaced, everything becomes new, but at some point you guys need to pull and keep up. Don't just keep saving, because then you're going to miss everything, and also that'll make the game boring. So you got to find that right balance. But that's the Black Friday deal, guys. Let me know what you're going for, what you're spending your jewels on, or if you're throwing your jewels in your big old safe and you're locking that thing up. Let me know down below, guys. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to hit the like button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Keep on smiling, and I'll see you in the next one.